Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with simpleroptions.com, and in today's free video, I wanted to share some ideas with you on trading the indexes into next week. So, when we first start off here and looking at SPX, the main thing that I'm focused on into next week is the general idea of a bid coming to the market, but also, of course, noting that anything can happen, and just because that's what the majority of people are looking for, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that it's going to directly move higher. So what I'm trying to do is benefit from a move higher, but then also, if the market tends to trade sideways or whatever it may be, still being able to do okay inside of that. And the best way that I know to do that is looking at one of our unbalanced butterflies against 250. Now, I love doing against that 250, 2250. You can see the strike I'm looking at. And the reason why I like looking at it here in SPX is because we should be able to find some decent liquidity in SPX, and we're able to go right into these contracts that will have a full week of life left. So we come down to this 2250. Since the strikes are $5 wide, and that's where I like to configure them anyways, let's look at buying an unbalanced butterfly. It's very basic to get to there through Thinkorswim. And the main thing I'm looking for is to generate a credit with this trade. I also like the idea of only having to put one or two of these on, because you have a fair amount of risk with the trade, but you also have a decent risk reward. What I'm looking at with this trade is the potential of risking $4 to try and make 6, and as long as we're trading above 2250 next week, that trade will make money. Now, of course, if the indexes just get hammered next week, I do have $4 of risk in each spread. But that's one of the best ways I know to look at this current type of a chart, look at our current situation and say, okay, if we pull back 10 points, that's actually the best case scenario. If we trade sideways, we'll make money. If we go higher, we'll make money. And if that whole idea just falls apart and the indexes get hammered, then I have $400 of risk in each trade. So that's something that I'm going to be looking to put on here into the end of today. I think if the markets happen to gap down on Tuesday, you could still look at the exact same kind of trade, and that's where I will be managing my positions into next week. Speaking of next week, wanted to make sure you guys were also aware of REAP, the tax loss harvest class that John will be teaching. That will be all day on Friday. He had a great blog post talking about kind of how this strategy has come to him, some of the nuances of trading it, and I think the class will be really great as well. So if that's something you're interested in and you'd like to join us next Friday, you'll be directed to sign up for that after this video. You can also visit simplertrading.com/harvest. I hope all of you have a great holiday weekend, and we'll talk to you again on Tuesday.